heaven. I'm in heaven. So much bad hair. Oh my god. 작전은 간단해. 관심을 낚아챈 다음 아참 방심은 환영이에요. 팽팽한 월시 위를 당겨다가. Kittens are adorable and you get to just play with them all the time. So that's something that just makes life really fun. They're very cute and fun and playful, but they're also very low maintenance. They take themselves potty and they just don't require much other than your love and affection. You don't have to like change too much about your schedule. There'll just be kittens hanging around you and asking for cuddles here and there. So all the love that you get to give them and the love that they give you is definitely a big plus when it comes to fostering. Another great thing about fostering is just the knowledge that you're helping an animal in need. Every year around kitten season, which starts in the spring and ends in the fall, there's an influx of kittens that go into shelters. You can help these kittens survive by just opening up your home to them. You can definitely feel like you're doing something worthwhile and something that is contributing to the greater good in the world. Just the knowledge that this little cute creature, if it weren't for you, would be in a shelter with, you know, their fluorescent lights and their cages. There's definitely a cozier place to be than an animal shelter. I always knew that I wanted to do some sort of volunteer work, but I also don't really love leaving the house very much. So, to be honest, this was perfect for me. He just went. Oh, biscuits.
Everybody calm down.
Oh my god. Incredible.
I'm just gonna scooch in right here if you don't mind. Shh. We've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty.
내 미소에 난 취한 것 같아 자꾸만 웃음이 나 어린아이 장난 같아 다정한 밤 공기가 적당한 bar 바랬던 나를 date 다른 음악이 돼 달콤해 그대와
So when kittens are older than 8 weeks, they typically start to be a little bit set in their ways. And if you've ever been around a cat, you probably know that cats don't love new experiences. They very much have routines and they know what they like and they know what they don't like. But when kittens are under 8 weeks old, they're like a sponge. They're open to anything, and it's a great time for you to introduce them to new things so that they can be desensitized to those things that usually trigger them in the future. So that's things like car rides. We have this chance to get them introduced to all those things so that they're okay with it. I vacuum around them and I start out really far away so they can kind of see it and kind of hear it, and then I gradually get closer and closer until they realize that this vacuum is not so scary. Over here you'll see Sun, and he loves to play with the vacuum. Every time he sees it, he just goes kss, kss, and he tries to swat at it, but it's not out of fear. I mean, you can tell he's having fun because then he chases it and plays and rolls around. Another thing cats usually don't like is getting their nails trimmed, so we make sure to play with the kitten's paws and massage their toe beans and show them that it's okay for us to handle their paws. Here you'll see Midnight. I trimmed all of her nails and I trimmed the hairs because she's a very fluffy, long-haired cat. So she had a lot of hairs that were scraggly and coming out in between her toe beans, and they would always get litter caught in them.
Look at the freshly trimmed paw. She just wants to be pet in like every way.
We have an opportunity to basically raise them well so that they are happy and healthy and not anxious when they get to their future homes. So we're told by the animal shelter to try to socialize them and that we're welcome to introduce them to people, and our families and friends love that.
Hey you guys, I got the goods. Package secured. Hi angels. Foster daddy and auntie want to meet you. Oh my god, they're so freaking cute. Hello baby girl with the green eyes.
We get to take the kittens to our family's houses, and that also gets them used to different environments and different places to be, and they get to meet people of all ages and just all types of people, and they get to realize that people are friends and they don't need to be scared of them, and that makes them super friendly.
Parkour! Michael, parkour! Parkour! Extreme! Parkour! Parkour!
Excuse me. Excuse me. Come on, come here. Which one is this? Petra, is that you? We get it, you're adventurous. Come on. Come on, baby girl. Yeah. Good girl. Up to no good. Oh.
We're doing pasta. Really simple today. Pork, just regular brown
What are you
pork.
doing?
Then I'll put the onions, garlic.
Sorry guys, gotta go get your siblings.
That's it. I got some
Help you little shitheads. Choo, 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 choo. You're so silly.
They get into everything. Kittens are so dang curious. They climb your couch, they climb your curtains. All of our curtains had to be basically tied up and put out of reach because they climb them. We have here in the wild 3 kittens in the wild. 3 kittens playing. One of them is playing with the curtain that was supposed to be up. How did you get your paws on that, huh? Okay, you guys come. Oh my goodness, where did you come from?
just Chadley. Komi is like, what about me? Do I not get attention? She's a shy girl.
What else? Oh, my husband's PC tower has a lot of wires around it, and that's something that we knew we'd have to basically baby proof. We have some wicker baskets that hold blankets and things like that, and they climb all over those and plop right in, which is really cute. But you also have to be careful, because imagine if I just throw a blanket into it. I don't know, I don't want to like suffocate them. So you just kind of have to definitely be on alert, because it is cute and funny to see where they're getting into, but obviously there's like a small chance that, God forbid, they could actually get themselves into a dangerous situation, and you just want to make sure that does not happen. Another funny thing is like we have to make sure we don't trip over them because there's so many little kittens running all over the place. In the beginning, my husband was even saying he needs to walk around by shuffling his feet because he was scared that he would accidentally step on one.
Your tongue is out.
You just hang out with your tongue out all the time? You're so silly.
When they're that young, they don't really have a sense of like, oh, let me stay out of your path while you're walking. I mean, to be fair, what cat even has that sense as an adult? Cats are always going to be like trying to walk right in front of you, but at least when they're big cats, you can see them. So imagine little tiny kittens doing that. This isn't really a problem for people with a designated space. Like some people have a spare room, they put all the fosters. Some people have a big, nice caged in area, but because we live in a small apartment, we do just have them free roam, putting away the toxic plants, making sure the bathroom is always shut, making sure the toilet seat is always down as it should be, but like don't want to risk them like falling into the toilet.
Still carrying the unconscious wounds and dysfunctional emotional inheritance.
Pause. What is it?
Oh my god.
Oh, also, oh my goodness, something that drove me crazy was they love to get into the dishwasher. I had the dishwasher open and I was just filling the dishes, and then I see one of the little kittens come and jump up onto the door of the dishwasher. It made me so nervous just to think that that's something that they're curious about. Now I even when I don't have kittens in the house, I feel like I've gotten into the habit of just double checking the dishwasher before I shut it. This is what she has to look like to get her medication. She has to be a cat burrito.
Oh, bless you.
Now, a lot of the times, these shelter cats, when they get sick, it's no big deal. It's usually just something like a small eye infection. They just need eye drops and then they'll be good as new. Or sometimes they have tummy issues and they need medication, and then, you know, in a few days they're good. They can get sick. And on that note, I do want to mention sometimes, sadly, they don't get better. Of the 29 animals that we fostered so far, unfortunately, one of them didn't make it, and that would be Gus Gus. He's a kitten that was born to our first foster ever lady, and we lost him to something called fading kitten syndrome, which is basically when a kitten doesn't thrive for no clear or obvious reason. I actually shared his story in a previous video, so I'll link that video if you're curious to hear his full story. Ever since I started sharing these videos of our foster journeys, I get a lot of comments that say things like, oh my god, I don't know how you could give up those kittens, they were so cute. I also used to think I could never have all these adorable kittens in my house for so long and then give them back. I would get so attached. But I think it's easier than you think as long as you go into it knowing this is temporary. Just that mentality switch, knowing that you are their temporary cool aunt and not their mom, it does kind of help. There were a few that honestly just really, really stole my heart. Like, just off the top of my head, Inosuke. Yeah, you get attached, and it's kind of sad to part ways with them. But honestly, it does feel better after you pick up your next litter of fosters, because then you're like, okay, that's why I do this. Because if I never let go of the previous litter, I would not be welcoming in this new litter right now. I wouldn't be able to foster these new adorable kittens who deserve a loving foster home, because if I kept every cat I got attached to, I would have a full house and I wouldn't have the time or resources or space to keep fostering.
The final night with these angels. They graduate tomorrow. Good night, Dyson. Yeah, big yawn. Big yawn.
In fostering, the goal is goodbye. So I already know the goal is goodbye with all these animals. I know that I can't keep them. It almost became like a blessing every time we got to say goodbye to a kitten who was going to a new home, because it was like a happy thing. Like, wow, this kitten made it past its most vulnerable age, which is when they're under 8 weeks old, and now it's probably going to thrive and live a long and happy life, and they get to go do that in their new forever home. So yeah, it was definitely something that was put into perspective for us by losing Gus Gus, because even though it was kind of sad to say goodbye to all of the other kittens, and especially the ones that I formed really close bonds with, none of it was as sad as saying goodbye to Gus Gus. So it makes me really thankful when any of the kittens end up making it to the age of adoption.
Oh, baby girl. No.
Oh no. Let's see you take that ball out. Let's see it. Okay. Oh my god. No.
It gets messy. It gets so messy. So obviously litter gets everywhere. I don't know how the litter box would be like in one specific location, but I'll still find litter like in the bathroom when I get out of the shower, when I step down, and lo and behold, there's litter. And I'm like, how did it get here? What are you guys doing? It's kind of like glitter. You know how if you have like one glitter ornament or greeting card or something, you will find glitter everywhere in your house for the next year. There's always going to be toys everywhere. I used to put away their toys at the end of the day. There's no point, because they play during the night, and then they play during the mornings, and they play during the day. So I'm like, I'm just gonna leave your toys everywhere here. So there's little balls everywhere. There's like the little feathery wands everywhere. There's just gonna be toys and bowls everywhere, especially the bowls, because the most we fostered at a time was 7. It was 6 kittens and their mom. So dry food, wet food, and water for 7 cats. So you can just imagine what the state of our apartment looked like. I like to keep a clean place, and I don't like clutter, so it was just really funny and humbling to have stuff all over the floor. It's humbling for sure. All right, so yeah, those were all the sides of fostering, and even though, there's definitely a lot of mess and sometimes there's a lot of emotional aspects, I absolutely would recommend this to anybody who's able to. I mean, fostering has brought me so much joy, so much laughter, so much purpose. It's something that I started doing because I had a lot of free time, because the job market is insane right now. The fact that I was able to be fostering while I was spending all day, every day, fixing up my resume, sending out applications, and getting rejection after rejection after rejection. Thankfully, I did have something that I felt like, well, at least now I have the free time to do that. I'm so glad that I did that, and it's something that I plan to continue to do. Fostering is something that I think is a lot easier to get into than a lot of people realize, and I would 100% absolutely wholeheartedly recommend it. All our family and friends are probably so sick of hearing me talk about how great it is. Yeah, it's incredible.